Well, I was watching YouTube yesterday, and well, it was the day before yesterday, and I was watching Wagner 59270's channel, and saw that he was doing a little redneck alignment, and that got me to thinking, well, this thing needs an alignment, because I swapped out the subframe and didn't even look at it. I haven't really driven it much since then, so it's alright, but I figured I'm probably way the hell off, so I better get it close. And I was also thinking, you know, since he did the string way, I got to kind of come up with a different way to do it. So I'm going to try to show you a little different way that you can align the front end of your car and get it close enough to good. Kind of a redneck way. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to adjust the camber with my little redneck camber tool. It doesn't need to be an axe, but just something that'll hold a string out. You can drape a string down near the center of your tire and then put a little weight on the end of it. And then what you do, if I can find my tape, is you got to measure between the top of the tire, or top of the rim, right there, and the bottom of the rim, and you're going to measure the difference. Now, the specs come in degrees, so probably going to have to do a little bit of trigonometry to figure out what you're going to need in inches, but I did that already, so I know I want 1/16 of an inch difference between the top and the bottom of the rim, and I need positive camber. It means it's got to go out. And what I've got here, you can see that, but let's see if I can get it. There we go. I got about 3 3/4, and on the bottom I've got about 3 1/2. So I got a 1/4 inch in, and I need to be a 1/16 inch out. So that's way off, probably why I got to pull. So what I got to do is go in there, take the bolts loose in the back on the strut, and pull it this way, and then I can go ahead and measure it again. So now I'm going to go look at the other side and see what I got there. Alright, well, I've gone ahead and measured this side now, and I've got an 1/8 inch in from the bottom to the top. So I've got negative camber, and what I want is positive camber. So this one's going to have to come out a little bit too. Some guys, they'll go all ape shit and they'll level out the car and account for the slope in their garage and all that garbage, but I just want to get it close. So if you're looking for a perfect alignment, this is not the way to do it. But it'll work good enough so I can keep it on the road. So I'll go ahead and see if I can adjust those, get those good. And I can just look at this tire and see that it's too far towed in. This one's pretty close, but I'd have to measure it first. So I'll go ahead and get that done and head on to tow, I guess. Alright, I've got the wheel off on the driver's side, and these 2 bolts right here are what I've got to loosen these nuts. And once I do that, I can get back here and pry this forward a little bit, and that'll give me some positive camber. Now, most people hate doing alignments because they got to think about it and measure stuff, and that's not why I hate them. This is why I hate doing alignments. These bolts have never been taken out since 1993, so they're rusted on. They're tough to get off. That's the pain in the ass that I hate. So I'll go ahead and try to knock them off. I might not be able to get them because I don't have a whole lot of shop air here, but maybe a 6-foot breaker bar, or a breaker bar with a 6-foot cheater bar on it, maybe that'll snap them loose. We'll see. The 6-foot cheater pipe. Now if you break a breaker bar doing this, don't come crying to me. And it can happen. I've done it, well, more than once. Alright, now I'll just kind of work it back and forth and see if I can get it to loosen up. Alright, well I got both them bolts loose with the help of a 6-foot cheater bar and some penetrating oil. Got them loose, and now I can wiggle this back and forth a little bit. So I'm going to go ahead and put it to where I think I want it, button it back up, put the wheel on, and just check and see where I'm at. And then now that I've got them loose, I should be able to adjust it with the tire on and it on the ground. Maybe, maybe not, we'll see. But now they're loose, so it'll be a little bit easier from here on out. Well, it took a little while to get her adjusted all right, but I've got it. I've got a 1/16 of an inch from the bottom to the top, 1/16 of an inch difference. I've got positive camber now, so it's set pretty much exactly where it needs to be. So now I can just tighten up the bolts in the back and move on to the other side. Probably go ahead and do that tomorrow, because it's kind of late tonight and my battery's running dead. Great. Alright, it's the next day. I'm back out here. Went ahead and tightened those bolts up real good and snug. Took her for a spin, and then I set up my little camber tool here again, and I measured it, and it's perfect, exactly where I left it. So I get to go the other side and try that. Well, I've got the nuts on the strut loose on this side, but of course the bolts are so rusty and the whole damn thing's so rusty, I can't turn the bolts and I can't get the thing to move in or out. So I'm going to go ahead and drop it down and take it for a spin. Hopefully they'll pop loose, but at any rate, if you snap a socket using your 6-foot cheater pipe, don't blame me. See if we can get that sucker to snap. Snap free, fucker. It's probably dangerous, but I don't really care. Alright, if that didn't snap it loose, I don't know what the hell is gonna, but we'll whip it into the garage and see what it looks like. Hopefully it's loose. Well, I tell you, them bolts are pretty well rusted in there. Last time I had one this bad, I was doing struts on my 95 Lesabre, and had it up in the air on a regular lift. And I had a breaker bar on the bolt with a cheater pipe on it. And I was doing pull-ups on that, and it wouldn't move. And while I was doing that, we had a guy smacking this end with a sledgehammer. Took us about 5 minutes of that, and we got one bolt out. So these are notorious for getting stuck. I'll spray with penetrating oil and keep banging away on it and see if I can get it loose, but I'm not so sure. Well, I took off one of the nuts so you can kind of see what I got to do. You can see that hole is kind of oblong, it's not circular. And that allows the whole arm here to go forward and back. Or the knuckle, whatever. But the problem is these are so rusted back here that they won't slide out enough to take the pressure off this to allow it to slide in and out and move. So I don't know, on to plan F, I guess. Well, it's a 12-ton press and it's maxed out, and it's not budging. Those are in there pretty damn good. Yeah, so I'm just going to assume that the camber is good.